Today in the shop we try to finalize the final detail on our custom wheel project. Was to put the gold wheel back on the West COOLEY bike, and what started out to be, I thought was going to be an hour, well, it just turned into a bigger job than I thought. I wanted to clean some of the parts up, and when I went to put it back, it was just a little more work than I thought it was. It was a rainy day, so I had a lot of other restrictions on what I could do. I had to feed the fish and clean the pond, but at the end of the day, of course, as it always does, it just took a little more time than I thought. And I vacuumed up, cleaned up, and a phone rang, and it was Turbo Steve. And he was getting a tire swapped out at a local bike dealer, and he stopped by for a visit and to show me his new Kawasaki jacket, and it matched my bike perfectly. So maybe he'll become a GQ model in the near future. Anyway, cool jacket. There's only one final step to do on our GS project. I got to put the gold wheel back on the West COOLEY bike, and probably have to switch the sprockets because that bike does have a 630 chain. The idea is I want to get the bike all put into one piece, so when I want to move it around, or if I have to pull it out and take some parts off it or whatever, I want to get that done today. It's a very strange day. It's supposed to rain all day and it's already starting to drizzle. So getting this stuff done will be prepare me up for the next riding day. So with the weather changing, we want to start setting up our normal pitching rotation here. We do like to ride all the bikes, and some more than others, and under different conditions. And basically in the winter, I like to have a bike with a windshield. In the summer, I like to have a naked bike. You figure it out. Now, the purpose of my little bike collection and having one from about every 10-year period, very simple. I wanted them all to be different. I didn't want to have any bikes that were similar, or so that I could have a variety of experiences riding motorcycles, get the full motorcycle, I don't know, experience or whatever. I just was unable in the last 20 years to ride any dirt bikes. Realistically, they're all gone from the collection. But the bikes like the R1, I've managed to put handlebars on them, make them comfortable to ride, and wonder why I didn't do it years ago. And coming up soon, I want to get some work done on the FCR. So a lot of stuff going on, but today we want to finish up this project, get that wheel put on. I'll be very happy to do that. Before I can do that, I got to play, as I always do every morning, play musical motorcycles out here like a parking lot attendant. But the first thing is to take care of the farm. When you're a farmer, feeding the barnyard animals and fish and wife, it's job one. Okay guys, it's time to go underwater if you don't want to get wet. It's starting to rain already. Come on guys. Oh, you're so cute. Karen's first 100 seedlings are already in the pot, and look at this. It's hard to believe. We already have what Karen calls noses. A few days into it, some of the plants are already coming up, and you would think, just like a motorcycle collection, you would think, oh, he's got this many bikes, that'll be enough. Nope, there's another 100 pots in here. By the end of this week, this whole table is going to be full of pots, and we are officially then in the farming business. And of course, all farmers need a good cup of coffee to feed the barnyard animals and the motorcycles. So the good news is, yesterday Karen and I got our COVID shot, our second shot. Neither one of us had any severe reaction, and that means I'll have a couple hours here to work out in the garage. Our garden is one of the things that Karen and I enjoy as a couple, and I don't think this year is going to be the banner year of years. We're going to have more baby plants, more vegetables, I don't know what. And summer is coming. I am so happy. So happy to be done with that brutal winter we had. And we have a new grill this year, and I'm going to get some lessons on how to cook. One of my goals this summer. Alright, so the first thing is make some room. I got to jack the West COOLEY bike up, get this bike out of the way. This is a small job, but I want to get it done really efficiently today. Okay, time to go to work. I'll put some of this in fast forward so it's not too boring to watch. Get all the parts out from under the bike. It's like the bike was laying eggs. I got to get them all out from under the bike. Now before I put this back, I want to clean it up, of course, a little bit, just for my own satisfaction. Only takes a minute, even though we're not going to be using this in the immediate future. You never know when you're gonna need a part, and that parts bike it pays for itself on a regular basis. I can't even remember how many parts I've taken off of it. It's been a great investment. Now, as I'm assembling the wheel here and putting all the push drives and everything in, I was trying to clean up the parts as I went along, although I'm not going to spend any time polishing them or anything. But I do want to have them all sitting there just waiting for the day that I need a part. This is like my equivalent of Partzilla. And you can't ever underestimate how important it is to have a parts bike. And jacking it up here. This was trickier than I thought it was. I needed to get it to jack it from where this center stand used to be, the big tab. There was no other reasonable way to do it and not interfere with the chain when I want to put the chain back on the back sprocket. Now it proved to be trickier than I thought it was because the cabinets were in the way. You really couldn't get behind the bike. And taking it off was easy. Getting it back on, a little bit of a struggle, and we needed our favorite tool, the big rubber hammer. That always gets the job done. So that finishes up one more loose end on this project. I can move on now. I can move that around whenever I have to. So as I'm finishing up here and trying to tie up all the loose ends, I get a call from Turbo Steve. He's in the area and he's going to stop by for a gefilte fish sandwich. And that's what's nice about motorcycling. It's so easy to enjoy motorcycling, whether you like to just buy bikes, ride new bikes, ride old bikes. It doesn't matter. There's something in this sport for everybody. And this is my involvement, so how sick am I? Every one of the bikes has a special meaning to me, but I think more than anything, my GSs have that special meaning because I've had them since they're new. 40 years now. And one thing's for sure, this day didn't go off as a riding day. Crappy. Maybe good to see Steve. Now I could get a jacket like this for it's exactly the right colors, in fact. Wow.
Well, so you're on.
That's nice.
You're on Yamaha's payroll. I'm trying to get on Kawasaki's payroll.
I'm on nobody. I'm on Karen's payroll, and she ran out of checks.
Fly.
Yeah, you could. Hey,
I can't get in here. I'd sit on it.
I gotta get a photo shoot. What you want? You got a gray one to match your turbo?
How do you get these bikes out? You have a forklift?
No, I'm very skinny. You got a big belly. You know, I'm skinny.
How do you get in there?
I crawl like a reptile. How do you think?
You got a hole in the roof.
I gotta come along. They come out like toast out of a toaster. Come on, you could fit in. Don't knock them over, Jesus. Look at this guy. You're hard to do business with. I know it. That's my security system. Luciano can't get in there either. Hey, don't knock my mirrors out of adjustment. I'll never get them back. Come on, hey, you look all professional. You look like Gary Nixon here. Wow, look at that. Wow, I gotta send that.
Oh, Eddie Lawson.
Wow, you really know it. Oh, yeah, now I got 2 mirrors to fix. Boy, you're hard on equipment here. Holy mackerel.
Card series.
Wow. That jacket is definitely cool. Next time I do a photo shoot, I have to borrow your jacket.
You want it? I'll give it to you. No, I'm serious. You want it?
Well, get me one offline.
No,
I'm just kidding.
The guy called me and said...
I like flannel shirts myself. Yeah, that is cool.
This is a good riding position.
That's a comfortable bike.
It's like my Cow Turbo.
If you went on a ride with your bike, your cow, and this one, and we switched halfway through the ride, you'd be just as comfortable. Look at this guy. Here goes all my toast is going to be out of. The bikes are going to all go over like dominoes now.
You just repaint it. What's the big
Did you ever work on a motorcycle, sir?
140 part series.
So we had a nice visit with Steve. Actually turned out to be a pretty nice day. But there's more work to do on the farm, as you can imagine. Now before I end the video, I want to thank the healthcare workers. Boy, I got my 2 shots. My family's been safe. Karen's been safe. Hey, maybe your family's safe too. And just the final thought before I end this video. how much fun we've had through motorcycling over the years. And I'm so glad that I literally have thousands of pictures in my involvement in motorcycling. It's allowed me to have some really exceptional friends, some people that I treasure their friendship, and I do enjoy interacting with them. It was good seeing Turbo Steve today. And I hope we're going to all get back, once this COVID is done, we're going to all get back to having this, what I thought was a pretty normal life not that long ago, until we did get hit with the COVID. But it hasn't taken any of the enjoyment out of motorcycling. We've had a pretty brutal winter, but we have got all our projects done now. This was one of the final details. There's still a couple little things to do, but we have made it through the winter. We've actually been out riding, had a couple of really nice rides already, and we got to get back to having a normal pitching rotation that we have, so that every day when I wake up in the morning, I can plan out a couple-hour bike ride. My normal window is 2 to 3 hours. I can get out on the open road, get my exercise, get some fresh air, and challenge my riding skills, see if I've forgotten how to ride, and come up with some more ideas for custom bikes in the future. And that's always takes me the better part of the summer to figure out what I want to do over the next winter. And without fail, it's going to happen this summer. I'll come up with some idea. I don't know. I still have some stuff I want to try on the MT-09. I still have a muffler to put on the FZR. We still love our two-strokes. God, we love these two-strokes. Just had more fun with those two-strokes. And even going back to this project, which consumed the better part of a winter, about 500 hours of restoration, every one of these projects is a winter of my life. Now, whether you like it or not, that's the way it plays out in the end. But in the end, it's been a great investment. And in the end, I get to keep the motorcycles. That's the part I like the best. There's something about that keeping a motorcycle thing. Now, that garage, it took me probably 20 years to assemble that collection of bikes and get them exactly the way I want them, so they're all fun to ride, they're all comfortable, and they're relatively, I use that word relatively reliable, especially the two-strokes. And we do enjoy our two-stroke days. We're going to have more of them. And boy, I'm hoping, now that the COVID is hopefully on the defense, we are going to get back to having just a wonderful summer. Now look at the wheels on that bike. That exceeded my wildest dream, that whole custom wheel project, of which today is probably the final video. But it's really not the end. It's the beginning of the next thing I have to think about. And I'm already thinking about things I want to do in the future, and things I want to polish, things I want to work on, rides I want to go on. The farm, Karen's farm, is going to be in full bloom pretty soon. We're going to be picking tomatoes every day, lettuce and stuff. And of course, one of the things, my birthday present from last year, that wonderful MT-09. If you only knew how much I love that MT-09. So again, thanks so much for watching.